Please tell me you can hear me. Yeah! Okay. So, funny story, real quick, is that I was getting set up for stream. I was so into it. I was so ready. Also, welcome everybody to the stream. Bienvenidos a todos. But, okay. So, I was getting ready for the stream, right? I was so excited. But then I noticed something weird in that my microphone was not picking up any sound. Quite bizarre, really. So I restarted my OBS, and then I forgot to check that my microphone was working. Good job, me. I'm so smart. I'm so good at this. But yeah, welcome everybody to the stream. Why is my chat not showing up right now? Caster Labs, what is going on with you? Am I in the wrong one? No, I'm not. That's weird. Hold on, where's chat? Why is it not? That is weird. I want to try typing something in chat real quick. Let's see. Hello. Is that gonna work? Chat's not working. That's crazy. Why is it not working? Am I plugged in? Am I plugged in? Oh, I see. Yes, authorize. Come on, hurry up. Yeah, there we go. All right, it should work now, hopefully. Let's see. Let's try one more time. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Yippee! We got it. Crisis averted, everybody. I am the best streamer in the galaxy. I will not accept any criticism. I will not accept any meanness. I will not accept feedback. I am the best streamer in the galaxy. No ifs, ands, or busts. Busts. Oh no. But anyway, I'm trying to think of if I have anything to talk about before we get started. Let's see. My cats, I'm gonna apologize in advance because my cats are going crazy today. I don't know what's gotten into them. They are just being very rambunctious. So I'm hoping that that they will allow me to stream today. Worst comes to worst, I just call stream early and I figure out what's going on with them. But right now they seem to be pretty chill. I don't hear anything going on. They might be resting right now after getting the zoomies. So we'll see. We will definitely see. Rambunctious. Yes, rambunctious little critters. I love them dearly. But my, are they rambunctious? But yeah, other than that, I don't have much to talk about. So yeah, I don't have much to talk about. I was thinking about announcing something, but I am going to wait. I'm gonna wait. Wink. You guys get to be held on this on the edge of your seat until it's time to reveal. Ooh, spooky. So get ready for that. Yippee. Let's see. I think I did mention it already, but just pretend that I didn't. So cliffhangers. Woo! Gotta love them. All right, let's get into the game. First, let me adjust which stream info. The Stanley. Today we're playing the Stanley Parable, which is a game that I know next to nothing about. I have seen playthroughs of the original Stanley Parable when it first came out, but I have not seen it since. And I don't know how different the Ultra Deluxe version is. So honestly, I'm just gonna say I'm going into this blind, because that's basically what I'm doing right now. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't know if things are gonna be okay, honestly. But we will find out, I guess. We'll find out together. Let me get it set up, and let's move on to gaming, right, don't we? Ooh, lag, my favorite. All right, I got my controller here. Developed by Crows. Written by Davey Redden. Let me get rid of my mouse real quick. Can I change how my mouse appears in this game? Do not capture my cursor. Oh, can I not use my fancy schmancy controller? It said it was compatible with control. Oh yeah, there we go. We're doing English subtitles. Can I not? How do I? Interesting. It's not letting me go down at all. I feel like this is not a me issue. All right, we're using mouse and keyboard. Confirm. Have I played the Stanley Parable before? No. This is just a slider until the computer is barely visible. Is this a horror game? Is this a horror game? And I just don't know it yet? This will be interesting. I think that's about barely visible, right? You guys can see it? I can't. Maybe about here, actually. This seems barely visible. Actually, no, a little higher. There we go. That should be good. All right. Please enter the current time. It is. Wow, it's 5:45 on the dot. I'm gonna put it for 5. Oops. 46. And it's PM. Oh, I have to put it in military time? Oh no, wait. 5:46. And it's gonna start. How long is it gonna be until 5:46? Now. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the menu. Got it. This will be interesting. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh my god. My mouse is going crazy. Oh, I see. I have to... Wait, why is it... Okay, I think there's an issue here. Hold on. Let me quit the desktop real quick. Let me restart the game real quick, because I think my controller is being silly goofy. That it's removed the device. so that it's not interfering. I feel like there's something going on with my controller, which is interfering with the game. All right, let's try this again. It shouldn't make me do everything again, should it? Developed by Chris Crows, yes. Written by Davey Redden, yes. Redden. Please enter the current time. It is 5:48 in like a minute, maybe. Let's see. 5:48. Soon. It's 5:47 right now. I guess I could just put in 5:47 p.m. Hey, hang on. What? Before it gets started, can I just say something? Sure. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people can't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. You're welcome. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead. Pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Aw, that was actually kind of sweet. I like that. That was actually really nice. Let's see. We got subtitles on. Let's just go into it. The end is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. We're not skipping.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
You guys can hear it, right?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Let me turn it up for you guys a little bit.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Yes.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk. Telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Nice.
Though he had been made exactly for this job.
Ooh.
And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Okay.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Ooh.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Bizarre.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Stanley has
Something
stacks.
was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right, I guess we're vamoosing. We're gonna. Oh, okay. I can crouch. G814 F1 partition corpse. I hate Mondays. Felt. I'm gonna move some stuff on my desk real quick so that I can actually use my mouse a bit easier, a bit more nicely. All right, there we go. Let's see. I guess we're leaving. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What is this over here?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I couldn't. You're right. Meeting room. Okay. Let's... Ooh, there's no outside. That's weird. Very bright outside at the very least. Meeting room? I guess we're going this way. This way, right? I'm just following the doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's follow the instructions for the first part. No free will. Everybody... I hate what just came to my mind. Okay. Let's go to the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here.
Tips for not getting fired.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Oh, wait, what? No, I was reading that. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Using slides to ensure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic on the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Is that it? Oh, number of slides on the slide. Charts and slides. Amazing. What do people want? Things, money, more money. Rate out which charts on the same slide depict the same information. More money. Oh, shit. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, please, I'm begging. Stop. The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your Boss Appreciation Specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict unless you're the kind of person who initiates... Aw, beans! What are your dreams for the future? Nature, success, transcend, plant life, football, lunch, travel, metamorphosis. Pollution. Talk radio. Tips for not getting fired. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. Those are good tips. I will use them in the future. I don't think I've ever been fired, per se, but I have resigned a lot from different jobs. The stock market is somewhere here. Okay. Colored in segments. Stripes. Alright, we can check this out later. I want to go see the boss. Oh. Let's see, which way is the boss?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I guess we're going up. Ooh, fancy. Is it this way? I want to see the executive bathroom. Fancy bathrooms always like leave me in awe. I'm always like, wow, damn. That's a nice bathroom. Let's see.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
It's a Saturday.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Yeah.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I guess not. 2845.
Yet incredibly,
whoa, that's crazy! It's almost like I'm psychic. Oh shit.
Code by sheer luck.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Huh?
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What? This is giving me Happy's Humble Burger Barn vibes, if anybody's played that one before. There's an elevator. There is an elevator. Nowhere to go but down. I wish I could jump. Have you guys ever jumped into an elevator that was going down? It's the weirdest feeling. Biggest Brian. Thank you.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I
do. A stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Ooh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door of the red mind control facility.
Nope, I'm not going that way yet. I'd be too scared to jump. I've seen footage that when it's gone wrong. That's very fair. I don't do it anymore.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
It's like the Matrix.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
What terrible secret does this place hold?
To find out.
Do I? Oh, this way, I guess. Stanley might not, but I do. I'm a nosy Nelly. I want to know what's going on here.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
What's this one over here?
One of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom.
528. What is going on with 528? It's just a bunch of words on a screen. I can't read it though. It's too far away. Oh, that's not the other one. Only one that's been like that. It's that one up there. That one looks different too. But there's one over here. That one up there. Oh, but that's just red. Interesting.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It
really was.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Scary to think of.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Very meta.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Ooh, what's over here?
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Mind control status
labeled with emotions.
offline.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Hell yeah, brother. We don't stand. Let's do this. System powers. How do I do this? Off. Is that it? Is that the end? Oh, did we kill him?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Uh-oh.
Was it over?
Was it over?
Yes.
Yay!
He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Yippee!
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
So many.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Very
Perhaps
important.
his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Stanley stepped through the open door. As soon as the door was finished opening.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
I'm sure they were.
And Stanley was happy.
Now it's time to fuck all this shit up. Get your first achievement and beat the game. Complete the Stanley Parable. Alright, we're back here now. Can I stay here forever? Is that an ending option? I can walk through this chair though. Mysterious. But I guess it's time to fuck shit up.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
We are going to go to the meeting room, and then we're going to diverge from the path a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Mayhaps, or mayhaps I'm fucking with you a little bit.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
I want a sody
It
pop.
had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I zoom in on? Oh, I can walk forward by pressing the right mouse button. I didn't know that.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
I'm reading. Hold on.
Room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Was it?
Really worth it.
What is it about this place? The weeks I've spent here, they feel like mere seconds.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Ooh, favorite soda pop? I used to like Coca-Cola a lot. I have not drank soda in a while though.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue.
I did.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Maybe, but I'm still reading this. I don't think I can read this. The font's too small. Let's see. Is there anything else I can take a look at? There's this file. Okay. Let's keep going.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and
I
took
did.
the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nope. I'm exploring now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ooh, what's this? A2. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. What is chat's favorite soda pop, though? What is this? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. It will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. I'm now very curious. Ooh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
$5,000.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yippee! I'm so good at this game. That didn't give me an achievement? Aw, cringe.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
420.
simply missed a
Blaze it. Yeah, I used to really like Coca-Cola though, and I really like Mexican Coca-Cola. And it's not because I'm biased.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's keep moving.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to
Get
get
back to business.
Stanley took the
I'm
first
speed running,
open door
baby.
on
Let's
his left.
go. No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I don't have a key card. I guess I have to go on this platform then.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Ooh.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Wait, who's she though? Wait, who are you talking about? Who is she? Now I'm kind of nervous. Who is she? Oh, this room's completely pitch black. Okay. Ah!
That's her, Stanley.
What?
You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay. What's going on here? Who is her? Who is she? 427. Whoa. Oh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
What?
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
I can't move.
Right. Okay, there we go.
I'm so confused right now.
I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh. You bastard!
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
You're so...
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fine. I'll come inside. But only...
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Good morning, employee 427. Press K on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay. Mean. Please press O.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's
Shit!
told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming
We're gonna have
back
to do this
work.
again, but
One
we're
might
gonna
even
have to
feel
figure
sorry
this
for him,
out.
except that he's chosen this life.
J.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
I'm miffed.
From behind
I'm
his
mad
desk,
at this game now.
Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful.
Ooh.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press G to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Oh, fuck.
The thought excited him terribly.
Do you just spend time with the boys?
So
What changed
he went
now?
further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press H to be prepared dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and
Ooh, that was the first ending we got.
Down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
We didn't get there yet.
And down another was a game with a baby.
What?
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Ah. Press O to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Welcome back, trio.
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press N to tell your wife that you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
He's blocking the
In
door.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh. Press F to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I guess I'm not doing it right now. I want to, though.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press H to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to.
Oh.
But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe this time.
And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh, shit. I guess that's another ending. Okay. So that's 3 endings so far.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That was
Stanley
interesting.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
I'm
he had
going
simply
to
missed
ignore
a
the
memo.
rules again this time, but this time I'm going to ignore the phone.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I'm thinking
he entered
now.
the door on his left.
Do I want to ignore the phone, or do I want to go towards the escape that was written down there that one time? I want to ignore the phone first, and
This
then we'll
was
go
not
down
the correct way
and
to
ignore
meeting
the...
room, and Stanley
or-
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
We're
wanted to
going-
stop by
we're
the
going back to the employee
first,
lounge.
just to admire it.
Employee
The
lounge.
lounge was sublime, a work of art.
Hallway.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Loading dock.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Oh,
years
do you think
ago.
I can jump off this and, like, get into there? Hold on, let's see if I can do
Stanley,
this.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Hold on.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize
Okay,
that investing
ready,
your trust in someone else can be
steady.
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about
Go.
What?
Yeah.
Really? I was in
Woo!
the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
Okay.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
You just made me die. I don't know if I want to see that. 283. What's this over here? 2B5. Ooh.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
4K. Why though? Why do I walk through the red door? Okay. I mean, I could always just replay all of the section again. Let's go through the blue door. Fuck off.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
Oh, it's darker.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I can hear the sound of the lights now. Master
I
Alice.
still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Are there... It's behind me now. Also, welcome to the Starship, Master Els. Thank you so much for following. I hope you have a great time on the Starship. We are messing
All
with...
right, fine, go ahead.
Yeah,
Stanley.
let me
you
go
want to
down
know
the
so
blue-
badly what's out
blue
there. You want
door.
to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen. Well,
Yes.
don't let me stop you.
Welcome, Bees. Or Bees reading
You
Nook.
see?
Welcome, Bee.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms,
Ooh.
exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because
Hee-hee.
this is what you wanted to see.
It
Help
is.
me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Good
Work with me.
question.
You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
I kind of want to go...
Stanley, take it for a spin.
I kind of want to go down the other hallway just to mess with him. Oh. Damn it.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I see what you did here, Mr. Narrator. You gave me 3 choices, but they were all false choices. You silly, silly goose. I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really?
Yeah.
Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that, yes?
I could have given you a 1. Be thankful I didn't.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
Okay.
To be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Now let's take a look. Oh, whoa. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Good old Neil is offline at 2 seconds. Where am I? Am I on this leaderboard? Stanley. Oh, this is you? How long does it take you to get to the correct door? Compete against others to improve your Stanley Parable career. In total. Why not ask some friends for help? Error, friend list empty. Oh, this just feels like dig after dig after dig. Love the Stanley Parable. I'm having a good time with it so far. 21.3% of players skipped the cutscene. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. I have not played this game ever. This is my first time ever playing it, so I am excited to see where it takes me. I'm waiting to see... A dead rat is objectively better than you? Oh my god. Okay, let's go through this door then. Oh, beans.
Now, would you
What the
say
fuck?
that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I'm gonna give it a 5, just to fuck with him.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Sure.
Let me boot it up.
Go right ahead, man.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
Okay.
And if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Ooh.
It's a very meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Interesting.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why
That's
don't
very
you give
fair.
it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh, that's loud. Well, I've got to play this game for 4 hours, so how is everybody doing today? How is everybody doing? Hope you like the sound effects as much as I do. Wait, what is that over there? Oh, that's a plant. Puppy 2 hours in. Let's see. What's over here? That was close. I guess I'm supposed to let him die in the fire. But I think it would be really funny to play this for 4 hours. Maybe in my own free time, I'll play this for 4 hours.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
One of those answers is
I
true.
don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
Aww.
It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
I was having
Hey, since
fun.
my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work.
What are we
Let's
playing?
Give it a shot.
What are we gonna play now? Oh.
Aha! Fascinating.
This
What do you think this
is
game
what I think it
about,
is?
Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps
My
for some
creep
sort of twisted,
tower?
erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total
Who fire
mental
watches the fire
depravity.
watch is
So
what that
far, I
says.
love everything about this game, Stanley.
Cookbook?
And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward
Wyoming.
and see what else is out there.
Oh, I can't walk through this. Never mind. Let's see. Oh, what was that? Dang. Gotta go the other way around. This is really pretty, though. This is prettier than the drab offices, to be quite frank.
No, it can't be.
What? What? You don't like that I'm enjoying this game?
It is. It's an open world game.
Oh, I
Good God,
hate
quickly
this.
block it off.
No!
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow.
Ooh, there's a little hole in the wall here.
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Come on, let me through.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice,
big insurmountable walls. Oh, I was so excited.
I think this will be just the thing.
Oh, okay, I guess we're moving on. Oh.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
I'm going this way.
If you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
This is very big. And I can't run.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay,
You're
I'm
supposed
seeing
to
that
play
there's a ball of
soccer.
some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Sports ball.
I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
You know what?
Yes, I think surely we must.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Where is it? Oh shit. Ball time. I'm so fast now. Going fast. Woo! Goal! Wait, is that my goal?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
I think
Is it better
so.
than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
A little bit.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if
Sportsologist.
one ball generates a certain amount of raw
More balls?
adrenal pleasure, then surely
Oh god, it's like
multiple
Christmas
balls
up in here.
makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Another ball, let's go.
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more.
Go.
I'm insatiable. Hold on. What are you doing?
I fell down a hole. Oh shit, where am I?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Where do I go from here? It's quite dark. It's very dark. Oh, I guess I'm falling down a further hole. Oh. Where am I? That's the question of the hour, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. Bless me. And all that jazz. Ooh. Where are we? Ooh, what's over here? Oh, there's that? Oh, that's just a door. Okay, never mind. We can't go there. I just had to kiss the door a few times to see if it was real or not. What's over here? Oh, decisions. We'll go this way, because I think we've already been that way. Wait a second. Oh! Big brain. I see what's going on here. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. It's true, the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Ooh, well, where am I? What do I do here? Am I just trapped here forever? Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now.
I guess I'm trapped there
I wonder if
forever.
he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Interesting.
I can wait.
I'm assuming that's another ending. So now I guess... What next? Bucket. I will be on the lookout for a bucket. Oh, there's a phone call. Over here? Over here.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
I should have taken note of that, because I'm not going to remember that. I've already forgotten the list. The narrator's gone. Ooh, spooky.
When Stanley came to a set
there he
of two
is.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm thinking. Let's do the escape route. We're doing the escape route this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Targets.
Feeling a
Push for
wave of
funding for
disbelief,
R&D.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Employee 417, 405, 491, 416, 431, and Jim. Aw, they got a little smiley face up there. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. This box is too small. It indeed really is too small. Yeah. They can move on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
I lied. We're doing
office.
we're going to hell, I guess.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
12
And then
Friday on
something
the
occurred
board.
to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
Maybe.
maybe I am crazy.
Maybe we are crazy.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
It didn't.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Coffee.
For example, why couldn't he see his
Oh.
feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Oh,
They were simply repeating.
shit.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
This can't
But
be
at
real.
last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yeah.
This
Sure
is
I
all
am.
a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
Can I go in this elevator?
And he
What does
thought
it
to
say?
himself, I
Coffee
suppose
nut.
I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Indeed.
So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh shit, I'm actually
Then
flying.
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
That's a good question.
Perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That is a good
Now
question.
the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Very
I'm
bizarre.
dreaming
12B4.
about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Uh-oh.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars?
Yeah, we did make the
moment
magical
ago?
stars.
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Let's prove it.
So he closed
by not
his eyes
walking.
gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up.
Let me
he
wake
thought
up.
to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Everything will be fine.
I am okay.
He's still in the garage.
Stanley began screaming.
Oh no.
Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Uh-oh. Sorry,
This
Stanley.
is the story
Oh,
of a woman
shit.
named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man
Oh,
who
shit.
had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
That's not a nice
Everyone
thing to
knows what
say
crazy
about the
people look
dead.
like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I
Are
know
you
what
in
is
control,
real
though?
and what isn't.
Are
It was
you?
comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions
I
of
think
her
they'll
would
understand
affect
if
her
you
career,
saw a dead
and by
body.
extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I think your boss will understand if you saw a dead body. That seems pretty traumatizing. Alright, next stop.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself.
Oh, new dialogue.
Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be more careful, sure. For sure. I hate Mondays. We're gonna do the actual escape route this time.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
411. We're gonna do the actual escape one this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
The Mariella
office,
ending is better with the bucket. Ooh. I'll have to check it out.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
If I can find the bucket.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Oops.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly turning through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Separate dialogue.
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the
That's
boss's
true.
desk.
My attention was caught.
What could its purpose
here.
be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course,
I was close.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known that. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley
I was off by a number, but I was close.
By sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yes, I did. And down we go. Two 2845. I wonder if there's a different ending if you like, or a slightly altered dialogue if you do it before he mentions the press A on the keypad a lot. I will next time. We'll do that next time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
That is one form of escape though, isn't it? So they're not lying. They're just not they're just...
The door behind him was not shut.
It wasn't.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
Yes.
And willingly confront his death.
Sure am. What is this? It looks like Portal. I can't move. I can move.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
I can barely move.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't
Curator.
know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
I can't jump out. Let me just...
Farewell, Stanley.
Ooh, new narrator.
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What is... This game is really confusing me. I like it a lot, though.
Every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance. Death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Ooh, cute diorama.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh. What? The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. The corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Ah. Stanley's computer. Nature paintings. Oh, these are all the paintings you can see in the offices. Doors. The office. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Ah. Interesting. Filing cabinets, and last but not least, Solitaire! I want to play Solitaire. Aw. Wait, what? I didn't know. What? Credits. Very interesting. I will let people look at the credits real quickly. Kevin Brighting as the narrator. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. Let's go this way. Maintenance room. Hello all, how are you doing this evening? I'm doing well, Eddie. Thank you so much, Fast Eddie. Welcome, welcome to the stream. We're doing a blind playthrough of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, which is a game I've never played, which is why I'm saying this is a blind playthrough. What? Warzone? Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intentions. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcements and the game's delay. Ooh. Interesting. Hold on real quick. Thank you. Let's see. The office, the lounge, an early version of the lounge. The office. What is this? The apartment timer. Oh, in a previous ending of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different... Oh, so I guess there is no ending where you don't pick up the phone. You have to pick it up. Second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Very fair, very valid. There's a lot of stuff here. It's very cool. Meeting room. Confusion ending. Let's see. One option. One doorway to maintenance in the lounge. Two options. 2 doorways to maintenance in the lounge. 3, one option. 1 doorway to maintenance in the lounge. And the original back on track option. Vent. What about this? Ooh, there's a vent. The flow of hallways following the first 2 doors was important to get right since players will play them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Probably not the vent then, huh? They look very interesting. I'll be watching you on the videos and I'll spread the word about your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you following and subscribing. Let's continue though. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here. Zending model. What is Zending? The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending. And we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon it and change it shortly before launch. The game is now paused. Begin the game, again, resume the game, options, return to menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull the lever, and the narrator would describe what color he had pulled. I can't interact, though. This is all really, really cool. I'm really liking this. Hold on, let me fix something. Okay, that is. Am I just here forever? Am I just here forever, actually? Oh, what? I heard something. I hear something over here. The countdown ending? I see. Okay, that's what was making that sound.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Ooh. Off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I can.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two.
Wait,
you
what?
Can stop the program before they both fail. Push
How?
escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
So it wants me to quit?
Do choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh. I wanted to hear what you had to say. I was curious. Sometimes you gotta get smushed. A little bit. Just a tiny bit as a treat. Okay, we're back here now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
I'm
go
definitely
to the
gonna
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I am definitely going to explore that that museum a bit later on my own time. This wasn't here before.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Yeah, what does that mean? I guess we're schmoovin'. Ooh, I am curious. Let's see.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You're welcome.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yep.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Very nice.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
How fun.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I am
Oh,
excited.
well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too. Also, I don't think I can go anywhere else.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I mean, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Do I have to...
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere?
Oh, we're moving.
Here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content.
Yippee!
I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm so excited. I'm so hyped, guys. I can't wait to see the new content.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
Mostly tedious.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Let's go. The jump circle.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I'm gonna jump all the times that I need to win. It isn't even that many jumps. Wait, should I have saved those jumps? Maybe. Oh well. What's over here? Nothing I see. Nothing at all.
Is that it?
That's it.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Maybe. Are we going back up?
Another elevator.
Oh, we're going up.
I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators.
Don't use all the jumps.
Jumping.
Damn it.
Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
I've messed it up.
I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if...
Ooh.
Oh, wait. There's more.
There's more.
Yes.
I trust.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
The apartments?
I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content. Oh.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
Oh
and
my
don't
gosh.
get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What
Wow.
quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter.
Ooh, we're gonna
and
go
hold
on
them
Twitter now?
personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
There's gotta be... oh, I guess we're restarting? I was like, there's gotta be... oh. It's different. I don't like different. Hello, this is my first time here. You seem great. Thank you, Popo. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Starship. I am...
Psst. Stanley! Come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Yeah, sure, King. There's a wrench here. Coffee nut. What are you trying to show me, Mr. Narrator Man?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Yes.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So
oh.
I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What is this? Oh, it's very
I call
pretty.
it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game
The Stanley
originally
Parable.
launched? Back
BAFTA.
then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
Yeah, it
Oh,
sure did.
West.
There's a door here. I would like to go in, please. 2013. Smile because it happened. Begin the demo. It's impossible to get this achievement. Nominee for the Stanley Parable. Interesting. I'm learning a lot. The New York Times? Creator surprisingly down to earth. What is this? Oh, it's nice.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley?
Every game ever created.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3.
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all.
Very
It
sad.
isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
An hour of new elevator content? This is actually really nice, though. Memory zone maintenance, but I can't go down here. Person of the year. Oh, this feels fake. Ooh, but it is very pretty. The end is never the end. Greatest wealth is memory. Let's see.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game.
Ooh,
9 out of 10.
9 out
Did
of
you get it,
10.
Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Maybe I should play the original Stanley Parable then, and not this quote-unquote hunk of trash. It's over here. Oh, I can't jump! Damn it! I lost my ability to jump.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait. Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Where are we?
Down here?
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley,
Steam
it's a collection
reviews.
of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh my
We
god,
haven't looked
not
at these in
Steam.
years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Yeah, surely, I'm sure. Oh no.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny.
That's
with his
cringe.
humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
Stick it my damn head.
Funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to start.
Yeah, where would you put them? I think the game is perfect as is. No notes. Let's see, this way, I guess? So many Steam reviews. Ooh, more. Oh, shit, another one.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Never read the bad
The idea
reviews.
for the game is good. For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You
No.
can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
You're
Oh,
not.
goodness.
Well, you're a little
This is
preachy,
actually quite
but
shocking for me.
it's funny.
I
It's
always
funny
thought, to be
preachy.
honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
this way?
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Yeah.
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
No.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
One bad game. One bad game. Or, no, not even a bad game. One bad review. A bad game does not make.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
This is skip button ending, by the way. Ah.
A skip button?
A skip button?
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Oh, damn, what is that?
And it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I guess. I kind of like
And
the
here it
monologuing,
is.
though.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered.
I don't trust
No more
this.
listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue. And it goes something like this.
Yes.
The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably...
Alright.
Oh, you're back, you see.
Yeah.
You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me
What's over
to
here?
deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But
yeah.
that's the power of the
a little bit.
The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Can they? I'm curious now.
I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
Probably.
Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation.
Oh, of course, of course.
I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused.
Of course.
Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game.
Yes.
Let me start over.
Okay.
How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
I guess that's it.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
What?
That last one was, well, I want to say maybe
the door's gone.
30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do
There's no door
suggest that we
anymore.
not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
Yeah, where did the door
Wasn't there
go?
a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place?
That's
I don't
strange.
think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here.
There was a
before, wasn't there?
door.
I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
Hit.
Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all.
It's not working, my man.
You to work with me here. We need a door.
We need a door
of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going. Stanley, please don't push the button
12
again.
hours.
12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls.
You're basically the god of this world. Couldn't you make a door?
Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And
There's
more
the
than
light out.
anything else,
There's
I
two
don't
lights
know how to
out.
stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been
I can press the button again.
Time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
I feel kind of bad, honestly.
It isn't the same at all.
Is there any
It isn't even close. Because
door
I
now?
know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was
I
the
can't
vessel
escape.
I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll
Is there a
burn
light
my
back
story
there?
to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else
There's
is
a weird
taking
light
it
over
in.
here.
These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me.
don't-
Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real.
Oh,
Maybe
shit.
I'm not just a fiction.
That is a
Was I
scary
scared
thought.
of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself out.
Sorry. Oh, it's dark now.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
Hi.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much
How long
time.
has it been?
I stopped keeping track after a year.
More than a
Sat
year?
down in one place and not moved for one entire year. Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
Oh, shit.
There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
There's nothing for me to
And
do,
when that
though. There's
feeling
nowhere
had
for me to
begun
go.
subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart.
Where do I...
It was an impossibly
can't escape,
rich
can I?
wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less.
Sorry. Ooh. Is this... Oh, what's going on over here? A smoke?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny.
Oh,
it was
there
meant
you
to have
are.
a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands.
Aw,
But
poor-
then, he's
poor
talking
narrator.
too much. They said,
There's lag
first,
now?
he didn't entertain
Aw,
us. Now he
dang.
won't shut up. It's the inconsistency. It's the lack of accountability. It's the
Let me check it
unwillingness
out.
to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there for
Hello? Still nothing.
The end is never the end, 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 is
Mr. Narrator, you're starting to scare me a little bit. Mr. the Narrator, sir. What happened here? But there's still no way out? Daylight! You can't get out, though. At least there's some daylight now. Ooh, that's pretty. I must have been out for a while for these plants to grow. Where did they go? Is this Ash? I'm getting out of here. Fuck this, man. I said I'm getting out of here, please. Oh, escape! Freedom at last. Oh. What? Where am I? The lag is gone now? That's good. That is very, very good. I am glad the lag is no longer here. Lag is not welcome on the stream. But where am I? I guess I'm just walking now, huh? And that's it. Sorry, narrator. I felt really bad. I didn't want to keep skipping him, but... I mean, that's kind of what you gotta do in those kinds of things.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
I'm
lost
getting
a
some
memory.
lag now on my own end. New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I
Yes,
did.
I have something very exciting to show you.
I am so hyped, man. Oh. I would love to see your new content. Woo! Oh, I guess we're skipping the whole show and stuff.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable.
Yeah?
And about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
I know, I've been
The
enjoying
original
it.
Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
That is
So
true.
forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I
We're going
say we
really
take it
fast.
one step even
The light went
further.
out.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh. The end is never the end again. 427.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience.
Testing 2 printers at the
built
same
from the ground
time.
up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Bucket?
This is what fans
keep
have
forgetting the
truly
bucket.
been asking for.
Investor Showcase. 2. Dos. Taste the sequel. What drinks you got? Sip?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe?
I guess.
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It
Yeah.
screams progress and innovation
2
and
doors.
long-term franchising potential.
But yeah, I don't like the way you said potential there. More the Stanley Parable, better the Stanley Parable. Paradigm shift, synergy, all that jazz. Google Slides. Thanks for attending my meeting. I think this one's good. Oh, there's 2 of them.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite
Hold on,
nailed
there's
down what
itches.
exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Wait, the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2 is the sequel to the Stanley Parable is the sequel to the This way to the show floor. Can I squeeze through here? No. Absolutely not, they said. New features. New content. Where am I going? Ooh.
Here we are.
Reassurance
Go on,
bucket.
Try out some of the new features.
Office decorations. The reassurance bucket. This button's the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Let's go see the reassurance bucket. Peak gaming. Peak gaming indeed. Welcome Glaceon. Welcome to the
A
stream.
common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical. That
Mm-hmm.
it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
Where is
I'm happy
it?
to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's
Oh,
the
there it is.
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Yippee!
Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Interesting.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in
Ooh,
your arms. It's a
wow.
much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
That'd be such a
Yes,
pain in the ass.
The bucket is the perfect solution. Come on.
I get to try it? I get to try the bucket?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair,
What is this?
must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Oh,
I
thank
think that
you.
just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Thank you. That's
The
very
benefits of the
that's very
bucket
kind
seem
of
to go
you.
On and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Very nice. I got the reassurance bucket. That's what I got right now.
Does anyone give out
Merch.
awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I saw the new content. I like that one. But my favorite one is probably this t-shirt is the best new content.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one.
Uh-huh.
I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration. Like
Yeah.
balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Yeah, well, someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Oh man!
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
I liked the Get Well Someday one, though. Oh well. At least I got my reassurance bucket here.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
No, you should go with the other one, actually. New free easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now. Okay.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yeah.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
Oh.
Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I
God
guarantee
damn
it
it.
will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Ah, damn it. I'm so sad. I wanted that achievement so badly. I guess the last place to go is the one that says my name.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jump circle. Ah, I used up all the jumps.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back
Yeah.
for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time you saw the jump circle? Oh well.
Ah,
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
damn it. I shouldn't have used all my jumps. Where? Oh, it's this way? The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Let's take a look and see. Hear your name in the game. Let's see what it says.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
That's so wonderful. I guess we'll find out what it says.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Starry.
Here, let's have you role play as Jim
Okay.
to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
All right, I'm closing
Okay,
my eyes.
Here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and
Yes.
simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim,
Mm-hmm.
sleeping and waking as Jim,
Okay.
falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Okay.
Do you feel it deeply?
Yes.
Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I am
If so,
Jim.
Then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Wow. That's amazing.
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you!
That was me!
You. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Nice.
It's even harder the second time. If this were the
So
only
good.
new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
That was quite the experience, Chad. I honestly wasn't sure what it was gonna say. But thankfully, I was able to roleplay successfully as Jim. My name's now Jim.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Oh, but that... Oh, there's an... I don't want to go that way. Please no screenshots. Red is the new orange. What happens if I take a screenshot? Let's see. Jump circle. Infinite hole. What's this infinite hole you speak of? This way? Ah.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of.
I am all ears, my guy.
In a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
I'm not gonna fall down the hole. Don't fall down the hole. That's very interesting. I'm not interested in falling down the hole right now. Maybe another time, my friend. There is a door down there. If only I had the jump left. Damn it. Oh, I'm so silly. I used up all my jumps, fam. I used up all my jumps, gamers. I'm so embarrassed. I got so excited. I was like, I thought you had to use up all the... I don't even know. I thought you had to, like, get the counter down to 0. I don't even know. Can you find them? Can I find what? Collect them all? Collect what?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
Ooh.
In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines.
Where?
And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Wait. Interesting. I wanna... It is very dark. I cannot see. Oh, I have to go towards the light. Okay. I see. Usually they tell you to stay away from the light. So this is surprising to me. Who knew jumping was so precious? You never realize you miss something until it's gone. Oh my god, what the fuck? Woo! Oh, there's 6 of them? Ah, shit. Now I'm kind of tempted to search for them.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Are there more collectibles? Hold on, let me see. Let me look around real quick. I know I've been down here already, but I want... to see. There's nothing down here. What is this? There's hellish red light underneath the floorboards. Always trustworthy. I do not see any collectibles here. What? What can I click? Come on. I mean, the lights are flashing differently. Oh, I guess that's just how it is. Wow. The Stanley Parable 2, everybody. What a wild ride. Not up there. What else have we not seen? We've seen the merch. Settings World Champion. Let's see. Is this the Settings World Champion? Let's see. I guess there's not really much else to see now, huh? Assurance bucket. Wait, it's on the other side. I was looking at the wrong side. One more. Oh, this is... Oh, okay. Never mind. We saw that already. We know we knew where we were getting into. Let's go to the exit now. Do I get to keep my bucket? Wrong way. Right way. Very interesting.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah.
Ready to move on now?
Yeah, let's go. Oh, my bucket's turning red.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but
yeah.
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's
I'm sure it will.
a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready?
Do I get to keep my bucket?
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
The emotional supports. Okay. Wow.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different...
Yeah, try it again.
Okay, yes, this is much better.
It's never perfect the first time around. Very rarely.
2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Yeah, sure.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, okay, where we... Oh. I want to see the credits real quick. Okay. I was hoping there would be joke credits. Like, this game was created by the narrator. Let's take a look.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Yeah.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul,
it does sound soul
Stanley
rendering.
relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Yeah.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Those.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for
Very
him to follow.
peculiar.
No one showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Interesting.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it
Stanley
mean?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps. Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yippee! Bucket time. Oops, come on. There's a ladder in there. There's no more new content.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Where do I want to go? Let's see what the narrator has in store for us. Let us perceive.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Perhaps, perhaps.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed that Stanley guessed the correct code
Woo!
by
Sheer luck!
The bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly
That is the most
logical
logical.
explanation.
That has to be it. That has to be what's happening. Collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness.
You can't.
Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Of course, of course. I will definitely do that. Yes. Peak Gaming.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
But I am a bucket, so it's
It
okay.
would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Everything will be A-okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Lights
Ooh.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Wow.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
More so Stanley than the bucket, probably.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Aw, don't
as
cry,
Stanley
bucket.
cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Don't cry, Bucket. I've got you. We've got each other now.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No, not
Had
Bucket.
the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Yeah.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Very fair.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Mind control status
friends,
offline.
Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Are there more buttons like this?
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. There's 1, 2. We know 3's over here. I'm assuming 4 is probably over this way somewhere. Where is it? That's 2. Where's 3? Or 4, I mean 4. Guess we're abandoning that side quest.
When at last they came to... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn
thank
on
you,
the
Bucket.
controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
Bucket.
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh, birds.
Birds. Silly, silly birds.
Silly
The control
birds.
buttons became active again.
This one. Ooh. Ah.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Wow.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Very important stuff.
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
Ooh.
Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
Yeah.
And Stanley was happy.
You know what? Fair enough. I also would be happy if I found a giant computer screen that just showed me silly bird videos for the rest of the time. Then again, I do have a machine that shows me silly bird videos for the rest of the time. It's called YouTube. So.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
You.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Yeah.
Was this better than the meeting room?
Absolutely.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
It was a bit off,
Stanley
but
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go good. said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
danger everywhere.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I'm trying to remember what was this way. Oh, right,
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
No, I'm not letting go of the bucket.
The problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket.
I'm not leaving bucket
That would
behind.
explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire
But I like
rest
the
of the game
bucket.
if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. I guess. Is that a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us
Yeah,
everything
it should
we'll
be fine.
need to know about what is or is
I know
not
all about
a
buckets.
bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual.
That's bullshit.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh, I get it. So they're none of them are actually but no, this is gonna be rule of threes. I'm gonna choose no on the third one. He's gonna be like, this is actually a bucket. Yes.
Is this a bucket?
It is.
Correct.
I told you.
This is a
Rule of
bucket.
threes. Rule of threes never fails.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth.
Yeah.
Gimme. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible.
I know, I'm so good at this game. Popo, thank you so much for following on Twitch. Thank you so much for becoming an estrellita. I appreciate it.
Is this a bucket?
Hold on, I've got to think real hard about this one. Can I phone a friend? Can I phone a friend? I want to say yes.
Correct.
Woo!
This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Absolutely not.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Go look for it. I have things to do, places to be. Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And
Yes.
therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight,
I'm so good
Stanley.
at...
Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere
To be or
moments
not
ago,
to
I could
be.
answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. I'm
No.
going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go.
My bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yeah!
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Woo!
I had no
Buckets!
idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
Damn
and
it.
You, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game.
There's no more game.
Tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets.
Okay? Yippee!
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention
yeah.
Who knows what that information might do to
Oopsies.
a person. All right, here we go.
Okay. What to do next?
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
All the computers have changed. I'm gonna turn them all off. Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Waiting input. Can I can't. Oh. What'd I do? Pink? I did something. Come on. Input received. Interesting. I will come back. Oh, okay. Awaiting input and then input received. Gotcha.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I was told that the ending was funnier if I had the bucket with me. How can we find them? Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. How can you tell you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Confusing. Interesting. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room? Thank you. Good luck. How can we find them? Bottom text. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. And there will be a reward for finding them all. A large room. Lots of boxes. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Something both red and blue. A private but smelly place for an important person. I know where these places are.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Down. A place with stairs. Yeah!
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
Woo!
This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs.
Gone two
Or
figs.
What about Stanlerines?
Stanlerines.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine.
Running
under
for
your
others,
belt.
you've got this. I believe in me. I believe in me for sure. Because I recognize the other places too.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Already a
Might be
third
fined
one.
for that.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Maybe.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
No reassurance
and that's
bucket.
when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket.
Oh,
perhaps.
shit.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious.
Oh, gracious.
Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley!
I'm coming!
The bucket!
I'm coming, bucket!
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
This is so
he had
stupid.
to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Oh my god.
It was incredibly painful.
Ouch.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Ouch. How do you fit a bucket inside you? I feel like that's tough.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security,
As one does.
and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
I don't have a bucket.
Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Indeed.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first
Ooh,
place.
maybe.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass.
I'm sure it does,
And she
Mariella.
backtracked all the way to work.
Hell yeah. I wish I could backflip. I think that'd be fun. So it's also said a
All
place.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I know where the other one is. We have to do the thing that we did last
Stanley came
time.
to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
I have to leave the
perfectly
bucket
well.
behind. I'm
Perhaps he
sorry,
wanted
bucket
to stop by
fans.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business,
Yes.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, let's go.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
Hey,
we've
Ice
gotten off
Bread.
on the
Welcome,
wrong
welcome to the
foot.
stream.
I'm not your enemy.
Hope you're having a good day.
I realize that investing in your trust
I am
in
playing
someone
the
else is
Stanley
difficult,
Parable.
But the fact is that the story has
And
been
jump.
about nothing but you. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have
I love his
zero consideration
reactions.
for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
Yes, I knew it.
okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Bigleys are
What
better.
name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I'm sure it'll come to you. Positive, even.
Now listen carefully, this
Okay.
is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices.
You sure about that?
The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running,
This
just
is-
the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just
It's a circle.
stopped. And I think I have a solution.
A solution to
Here,
what?
Let me show you.
There's one door. Oh, shit.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What are we looking for? Ooh. Oh, it's pretty.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
It's very nice.
I actually feel happy.
It's very pretty. Oh, but there is something over here, isn't there?
No, wait. Where are you going?
I don't know. I guess I'm just
no.
curious.
Stay away from those stairs. If
Why?
you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
You know what?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh,
Please,
shit.
Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I don't want to jump. That's ridiculous. Let's go back to the stars. I want to mess with the narrator, but not at the expense of myself. Let's go back. What is this? Interesting. Ooh, another green.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
I'll stay here for a little bit. For a tiny bit. A little bit. A little while. Can I jump off the platform? Nope. The only way to go is... Ooh, but another red, though. Another red, guys. Now there's red. Ooh. This is very nice. Unfortunately, I do think I have to jump. I do think I have to jump. Well, let's go jump.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Sorry.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die.
Or maybe I
What
won't
about
die.
This isn't getting through to you.
It's not that high of a jump, is it? Here we go. Yippee!
Oh, thank God.
I
You
did.
lived.
I lived.
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Up.
No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because it's funny.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
I think I'm getting slower.
Can you do that for me?
Nah.
My God. Is this really how much you
Oh,
dislike my
I'm
game?
sorry. I
You'll
don't
throw
dislike your
yourself from this
game.
platform over and over to be rid of it? You
No.
were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
No, I'm
Am
sorry.
I reading the situation correctly?
Oh, now I feel bad.
Or
It's
maybe
for the
you're just getting a
content.
kick out of it.
It's for the
I don't
content,
know
I
anymore.
swear.
I just wanted us to get along. but I guess that was too much to ask.
I'm so sorry, man.
It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Oh, what happens if I go back to the Oh god, I already got like halfway up these stairs. It would be a long time for me to go all the way back down. If I survive this one, then I will.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Back.
I'm so sorry.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Well,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the
Alright, I'm trying to remember where else it said. We got 4 out of 6.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Let's actually go this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Hold on.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah. Let's go to the employee lounge again. Then we'll shortcut through there.
The bucket turned out to be correct. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them
what is this?
Section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
What is this? This feels correct.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here.
You are?
I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What is this?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Why?
We've come together here because we care about you very much.
What's going on here?
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
What?
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
I like the bucket, though. I like the bucket.
But you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Okay. Sure.
Whee! Look at the line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Silly music? Oh, hell yeah. This is what I'm fucking talking about. This is peak gameplay. I am not giving up.
This is what the Stanley Parable is all about.
Where'd the music
go?
Remember
all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No, absolutely not. You cannot. You will take this bucket from my cold, dead hands.
We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
That's not a character.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No, I don't agree, actually.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No, tell me.
You don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Oh, fuck. I can't leave, can I?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Well, we can find out.
Is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I guess we'll find out.
I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not.
Certainly
I
not.
wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oh. Uh-oh. Whoopsies. Ooh, pretty.
The bucket destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential.
Rest in peace.
We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Goodbye.
For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Beautiful. Can I? Oh, okay. We're fading to black. Oh, can I do the...
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
Yeah, everybody will find it funny, I'm sure. This computer's off now. Okay, we need to find the computer in this room 3 more times then. I'm assuming.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We gotta find a way into the executive's bathroom. A large room, lots of boxes, and a private but smelly bathroom. A private but smelly place for a very important person. That's gotta be.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, shit. There you are.
You're getting close now, Stanley.
Woo!
You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number. And that will be it.
Yes.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all.
Lots of boxes. I think I know where it is.
None of us can.
To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to just pick one. Wonder if you'll get something when you get all of them. I wonder. If we go down that way, we'll just get the same ending as last time. Let's go back to the museum real quick.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator
No time.
talk.
We're on a roll here.
Isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
I guess I did relax for a few minutes with some calming new age music. I guess I did.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley walked forward into the opened passageway.
I think I know where the lots of boxes one will be, but... Pressing the button multiple times does nothing at all. Oh, I guess it skips the elevator scene. That's nice.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, he didn't.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yep. Sounds about right. I should have brought the bucket.
Door behind him was not shut.
I didn't think to do that
Stanley
this time.
still had every opportunity to turn around and
Breaking
get
the
back
silence
on
in the
track.
chat. Thank you.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Indeed, I was. Yippee! Here we go.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that
Now,
his
if only
life
I
had
had the
been of
jump.
no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to
I
his
sure
brief
did.
and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Why would this office building even have these kinds of machines anyway?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
Here
as
she
Stanley was
is.
led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Yep. That's what happened. You can see the museum a little bit more.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Get his ass.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making
Where did we
life
go
the
last time?
same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already
went
dead
that way last
from
time.
the moment he hit start?
Scenes from the development of the boss's office. Office clock. What is over here?
Good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy.
Then he pushed the number 4.
Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the game. Interesting. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. The wasted jumps will haunt me forever. Forever. Wonder if you'll get something when you get all of them. Yeah. Aww. What if I press the button? For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down. With freedom above and countdown below, we abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the 2 endings together instead. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. I remember seeing that. Mysterious droning. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011. Okay. The second in March 2012. And the third in February 2013. Ah. There's a lot of really interesting, like, things that went into this game. I'm very fascinated by it. James Irvine, how is the games? Oh, are you a rock? Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. You know, help me with the significance of the number 1112800 is? Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? For instance, on a scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal will this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you bargain with a magician to get it? And finally, oh. Wow, congratulations, congratulations! In line with our previous announcement regarding the ongoing promotion, here's the result in an attached file. It carefully and see the full details of the result. Greetings, omnipotent voice. I want to tell you I like the Stanley Parable as much as I like seeing a hilariously small badger in swim trunks. Indeed, I liked it. Oh. Urgent, please respond. Even they got spam, I guess. Oh, that's the countdown from before. What's over here? Promotional images. Oh, this is just the way I came before. Alright, let's go turn off the game. Let's go! Back to death for me.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I guess.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
I gotta get the last Stanley figurine, though.
Only true choice.
That's important to me.
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I'm going to get... Tree! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for resubbing. Is it gonna...
Surprise. 37 months.
Whoa! 37 whole months. Wow, that's a long time. That's a long time to be in the starship. I appreciate it though.
Functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude,
we'll take the
Stanley
bucket.
picked up the bucket and
Where's the
smiled.
bucket?
He'd never be alone again. Not true.
Or not bucket, the other input. Did we miss the input? Damn it. Maybe it shows up in other places. Welcome to the stream, Trie, my dear friend Trie. We are playing
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest,
the Stanley Parable, if you couldn't tell.
On his left.
Last one with the boxes.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah,
And
employee
here it was.
lounge.
Had
Let's
the
go.
bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
We're trying to get all the Stanley figurines now
Stanley
to see
took
if
the
something
door on his
happens or
left
not.
To go back to the meeting room.
So with
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The
There it
cargo
is.
lift. Yes, go there. Go to the cargo lift.
ooh, there's a vent here. Hold on. Okay, be careful. Careful.
And there it is.
Woo!
The last sticky
We did it.
wiggly.
We beat the
Savor
game.
This moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
It
This
is.
is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Exactly.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
We can't.
So, instead, I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here.
We're all done
And
here.
now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
In the end, I got the satisfaction. Can I... Oh. Can I drop down somehow? No. I think it's too high for me to drop down. Let's go into this vent. This vent that's somehow big enough for me to stand in? Oh. Hello. Cassette tapes. Narrator dialogue.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every
it all comes full circle, baby.
I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so...
Yeah, don't breathe like that.
What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
I mean, I guess.
This
But you'd have to convince them
is my
first.
golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Uh-oh.
What's that? Who's there?
What? Interesting. Is that an ending? Interesting. I'll go for a few more endings, and then I will call it there for the day. Let's see, are there... Oh, that's a lamp, never mind. I am immediately less interested.
Stanley,
Wait.
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's
What?
It's those figurines. Those figlets.
Yeah, what about
I
them?
haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
I did do that,
Wasn't
yeah.
it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Debatable.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Eh.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love
Sure.
nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
And Stanley found the collectibles. I do like this setting, though. This is a very... Like, I would love to live here in the memory zone. Very pretty. I want to go in this door. But I guess not.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there.
It
on the
did say
screen,
6.
But how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7 out of 6. Nice. What's over here, though? The boss's office. But wait, where's the... This isn't where...
And here was the second Stanley.
Are you sure?
You found this one all on your own, just by poking around behind the
I
boss's
guess.
office. You did that, Stanley.
I did.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any.
What the fuck, man?
Let alone 6.
but you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
That's kind of mean. It's kind of rude, actually.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand?
It had to be the red and blue doors. I think. I don't remember. I don't know.
No, the red and blue door room was the fourth place you found a figure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not the third. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they?
And they sure do,
if
friend.
The red and blue door room feels like the third place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Go through the blue door. Oh, the illusion of choice.
Let's see. What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
What's up there? Yeah, sure we found yeah, that sounds correct, doesn't it? I mean, if the narrator says that it must be true.
This was a fifth mini stand, and this one was really something special.
It
was
sure
in
was.
the boss's bathroom. I remember it so clearly.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Oh, very nice.
Enjoy.
Oh my god. What's that in there? Oh, it's beautiful. Oh. A high five. In the executive bathroom. Yep, that's where thanks for watching. Credits. Best boy.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making
Sure
that video,
does.
but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Where are we going now? Best boy, the narrator. Oh, I can't go that way. Oh, thank God.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the warehouse.
Yep.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Yeah.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them.
That is
They're
all of them.
Collected.
We got all of them.
It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which
yeah,
it was exactly
I guess.
like.
What? Pardon? Oh, there you go. You're in the present.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment.
We have.
Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Goodbye, Memory Zone.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
Okay,
Stop the loading screen.
okay.
Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's
get
go
some water.
backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Yeah, sure. Sounds fun to me. Let's see.
Okay, yes. This spot in the warehouse. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was actually rude, Mr. Narrator, sir. Hi, Bonesy Rather VA, my dear friend Bonesy Rather VA. I'm gonna be like cinnamon enema finna cinnamon into a skibbity Panama. That is basically what Yeah. No Eminem slander, but a little bit of Eminem slander is a treat.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
I do remember the video we watched. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That video.
It's so good. It's such a good video. Oh, we're back here now in the weird pink room that did not exist.
The pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room though. A solid room.
It's a very nice room. Very pretty. Unironically, a Homestuck bit. Oh my god, of course it was.
These really were a treat to hunt down.
They sure were.
If there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation.
Yeah. Next one. Let's go under the stairs real quick. I guess we can't go under the... Yep, nope, we cannot go under the stairs. Unfortunate. Oh, here's the other one.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'm going.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going.
Yeah.
What else is there? What came before this?
Nothing. Nothing came before this, sir. Mr. Narrator. I'm afraid that there's not much else that came before here.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
Yeah.
I remember hating it back then.
Oh.
But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is.
It's so much fun.
More memories.
Oh. The color tone changed slightly.
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic.
A classic memory. We're going to the right, as per usual. Oh. The Illusion of Choice, Part 2.
And before everything else, there was your office.
There sure was.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
No.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
What do you remember, Mr. Narrator?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason.
What?
Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction.
Let me snooze the ads real quick.
It's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes.
Yeah,
I can be on my own
sure.
Again. I can do it.
Does that mean I
I'll
stopped
be strong this
existing?
time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore.
Hmm.
Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's do that just once. And give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
What?
I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay.
Does that mean I'm gonna die?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. Guess I gotta make this one count, huh? Why? Oh, I'm not in the game, that's why.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The good old bucket.
The good old
Just
bucket.
Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Which way do I want to go now? I guess we'll do it the narrator's way. What's this?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I want to explore a little
And
more.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was
I
this
never
better
sat
than the
through to
meeting
hear what he
room?
said.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the
How
bucket turned
insightful.
out to be.
Indeed, indeed. How insightful.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now
I don't know what
ride
I'm
the lift
doing
all the way
anymore.
to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
I guess I'm
fact.
going this
He
way.
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yeah, sure. That's what I'm doing.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Dark
Stanley
room.
once again obeyed blindly.
Dark room. Disco Elysium. Oh, fuck.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
The bucket is friend. Can I ignore the call? Because I know it's going to take me. Yeah, I'm going to give it a few seconds. I would love to play Disco Elysium, though. I own it. I do own Disco Elysium. I do plan on playing it at some point. I just need the time. I just need to finish The World Ends With You first, and then I'll get into it, maybe. Either that or Persona. Those are the two options I've got.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
What?
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Yeah.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Play Disco Elysium first. Persona is evergreen. Very fair. The beige pages. The beiges, if you will. Bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press J to take me to work with you. Sure thing.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Where's my bucket? Bucket! Also, let me sneeze ads one more time. Hold on. Press M to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
I guess.
To see him delusional
Yeah.
like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I
Where's
want to
my
say
bucket?
something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I
I
don't
saw
know if he'll listen to me.
It's a bucket. Press I to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
Nope.
Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
I'm sure. Don't listen to the loud man. Press O for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me.
Doesn't
he
have to be
trusted
liquid.
and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
3A brings up a fair point. It does not have to be liquid. It can be solids. Perhaps even gas if you're feeling fancy. You need to ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of
yippee buckets.
Bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine.
Yeah, right? That was a weird voice crack. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press B to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
More capable of transporting liquid.
Or solid.
Be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Yeah. Press N to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket.
It's a bucket.
Just a bucket.
It's not just a bucket.
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press U to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No.
What the fuck? That's my bucket.
With the bucket. Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
Oh, Bucket, you're like so forward.
If I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Yeah.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No, it's mine.
Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
No.
Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. Even the narrator fell for the bucket. Where's my bucket? There it is.
All of his co-workers were...
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Let's
and
see.
entered the door on his left.
I want to see if there's anything different in here now that we found all the...
Still no one was here.
Ah, it's back to
Stanley
normal.
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Room closet.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
What?
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The
No.
aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day.
It's mine.
This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here.
No, it's my
Okay with
bucket.
the other cleaning
It's
supplies.
mine.
Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I cannot
know
I
how
cannot
hard it must
snooze
be,
the ads
given
anymore.
The pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion.
My companion.
And lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no.
No.
Getting into name calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk? That it has to
Cringe.
resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly
What?
deep and lasting friends. That
Me
your
and the bucket are the
relationship
best
is
of
purely
friends.
superficial and convenient. That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I never.
I
Go on,
never.
Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand
I
on the wide
think-
variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
The broom closet is it's a poopy head. That's it.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate
Yeah?
once and for all. Here we go.
Yeah!
Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take our hike, broom closet. with all the
Yeah.
meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Going to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
boss's office. I forgot it was a pull door. Can I go this way? What's over here? Oh, what is over here? What is over here? Business strategies. Awful. Terrible. I guess we're going down? Let's go down. I love me some smooth jazz. So how's chat doing today? How are we doing out there today? Or tonight, I guess now. I'm sure we're all doing fantastic. Or at least I hope we are. Going great, thanks. I'm glad. Welcome back to everybody from the ad. You have not missed much. I got into an elevator, and now we're just waiting for the elevator to stop, I guess. I wonder how long this elevator ride's gonna be. Thank you for the head pats, Tree. Yippee! How long is this going to... How long is this elevator ride gonna be? Did I break it? I didn't even know I could come into this room. Well, I guess we'll find out. Once the elevator is done, that is. The elevator of eternity? Oh no. I pressed the button, right? No, well, I'm afraid if I press the button again, it's gonna... Well, no, they wouldn't do that. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay. Where do we go up? What if we go up instead? S tier gag, no notes. They've lied to me. I've waited here patiently. Get me out of this goddamn elevator. I waited like 3 whole minutes in that elevator. And for what? Indoors monthly. Oh, I'm lagging again. Oh, hold on. 3. I want to figure out what that computer thing does.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for this. But Stanley guessed.
I did guess the code by sheer luck. That was definitely what it was.
All along, was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Exactly. It has to be. What if I go up instead? Oh, I guess I can only go down. I guess that's the only way I can go.
Stanley and the
We're gonna
bucket
try the
walked
mind
straight
control
ahead through the
facility
large door
again.
that read, Mind Control Facility.
On.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I like the thought of the bucket being like ever so slightly sentient.
The monitors jumped to life,
Fired.
and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Yeah, everything will be okay. We've gone through this ending before.
Was
We're
the
gonna
bucket
do
under
something
the mind
slightly
control
different this time.
facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Where's
What
five
kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
We're 217, right?
These
No.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
427, something like that.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He
Never!
squeezed the bucket tighter.
The bucket will
His
always
one
be here
friend
for
in
me.
The entire world. At this point,
The bucket
he
will
could
never
trust
leave me.
no
My one true friend, the
except
bucket.
For the bucket. But here
Hold
was
on.
the proof. The heart of the operation.
3.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Oh, I see.
Walking, eating, working,
1,
all of it monitored and commanded from
2,
this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
3.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
4
life.
is up there, it must
For
be.
he and the bucket would dismantle the
Oh,
controls
wrong way.
for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
What is up
and
there?
The bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Console disabled. That wasn't there before, was it? That wasn't like that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The room needs the bucket. Bucket is love, bucket is life. It is, it is. Let's turn off the mind control machine this time, I guess. Turn it off.
When at last they came to the source, Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Ooh.
Was it over?
Was it?
Yes, they had done it.
Woo!
Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy.
I'm gonna go
freed
through it twice
themselves from
more
the tyrannical
because I'm
grip
trying to
of the
figure
evil
something out.
mind-controlled
There's gotta be
machine.
something going on with those
Freedom was
inputs.
now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted
Yeah.
to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
I believe in the bucket.
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
I believe in
Both of
Stanley.
them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Interesting.
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
What?
What? Wait. What was happening?
The door
Why
stopped.
had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be free?
What?
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket
No!
to be. Even the facility
No!
itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room.
No.
But at least he has the bucket.
At least.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad.
I guess
Stanley thought
not.
to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Mm-hmm.
Stanley gulped.
Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Shit. Fuck. Well, okay, let's try going through this without the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Do we have any
Stanley decided to go to the
inputs
meeting
we need to
room.
put in?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace.
No
of
bucket
his
this time.
co-workers.
No bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
We're going
and
back to
Stanley knew
the
perfectly well.
cassette tape.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Hi, trio. Welcome to the
was okay.
stream.
But
I'm sorry, I think I
missed
missed your
took
messages.
the first open door on his left.
Nope. We're going... Wait, was it? No, I think it was this way. Right?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Oh, but this was the where
on
the...
track.
This was where the... What's it called? The...
But
Not
Stanley didn't
interrogation.
want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about.
I can't remember the word for it now, but it was like the name of a TV
So now in
show.
order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Left? What if I want to go this way, huh? Punk? I want to go this way. Oh, okay. I guess I have to go left.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, okay. That's fine. No,
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was
yeah,
to
why
the
would you
right?
say the right?
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Holding.
Now, let's see. We went
Take your
down,
time.
right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got
Would
it
it
now.
just be
This
the same
story is
elevator?
absolutely, definitely this way.
You got it. I'm trusting you. Here we go. Oh. Whoa.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh.
I was wondering how you got up
am I
here.
Kidding. It's all rubbish now. The whole
What does
story
the
completely
card say?
unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
I
And this
guess.
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
From the top. Alright. One last round to see what this input stuff
All of his
does.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Input,
decided to go to the
input,
meeting room.
input.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Input? Usually it's in here, huh? I guess not this time. Where are the other computers in this game? I do want to explore one of the other endings.
When Stanley... Wait.
What?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
What?
Oh, did something change?
Did something change?
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you?
Yeah, why are you
I
asking
wrote the
me? I
story.
don't have any control
It
here.
was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
Woo!
Come, Stanley.
Adventure.
Let's find the story.
Yeah! Let's go this way. Supernatural as a game idea. Mayhaps. I have to... I've already gotten lost. I don't know where I am. What's over here?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
I don't know, I'm
promise
enjoying
you,
myself.
There definitely was a story here before.
I'm sure there was.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. I am fully fine with that idea.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Any input?
Stanley
Any
decided
input?
to
Any
go to
input?
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No bucket? No inputs? Spilled coffee? Oh, there's no doors now.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
It is
I
worse.
might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, let's go back and check it out. I don't think there's any, like, screens to input with right now because we are exploring a completely new ending. No? Was this here before? No, it was.
Aha! I
Oh.
knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
No, wait.
What?
Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. You're the leader here, boss. What is going on here?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
I don't know.
think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
It did take
Is that
place in an
correct?
office building.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work. And it
2
really
exclamation
paid off,
points and
so
not 3.
good
That's
job.
cringe.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Don't rescind my
We
win.
both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
I worked really
Some
hard for that
people were Fair
win.
and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, okay. The adventure line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Wow. Ooh, it's going somewhere else though. Input, 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 input. Input? No. Solitaire. Yellow Paint Extreme Edition. Let's see. Let's keep going.
You see? The
The
line
line.
knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To Destiny.
Now, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
I
Or
guess.
to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute.
Yeah.
Just stick with me.
Go ahead.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now,
guess.
if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
That did get a bit weird.
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
This line's
I
going
think what
fucking
we need right now
crazy.
is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ooh, music. Yippee! Monthly ledgers. Yippee. What the fuck was that? Oh, okay, I guess I did that.
Wait, cut the music.
Yeah.
Go back and look at that fern.
This one?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure
Okay.
you study it closely and remember it carefully.
All
You won't want to
right.
miss anything.
Fern shadowing indeed. We're just gonna cheat. Screenshotting the fern. Hell yeah.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
That can't be right.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right?
We are
The
looking for the
story?
Stanley Parable.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Come on, Line. Come on.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us?
Damn, betrayal.
After we trusted you. After everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart. Input? Input?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Ooh.
This all sounds perfectly doable.
It
Why don't
does.
we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah, sure, I'm down. I'm always down for a bit of
Now,
shenaniganery.
yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your
Murder
imagination.
mystery.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I got turned around. I think it's this way, right? Yeah, it must be this way, because this is not...
Oh, no, not you again.
Oh, it's back.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Well, it's kind of hard to not acknowledge it when it's going the exact same direction as us. Okay, there we go. We're better now.
Ah, a choice.
Ooh.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Let's go.
How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
Yeah.
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's
I'm
origin.
getting dizzy.
So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Will
And
it?
since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Okay.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending.
What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
8 times?
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Yeah.
Why do I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Good. Stand up for yourself.
Timer stopped? Does that mean,
Ooh.
did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Maybe.
Whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Well, considering that the office is empty, I doubt that anybody will come for
Sure.
us.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I
Can I
suppose in
sit?
some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the meantime... if
Oh, shit. Welcome Stanley to heaven. What? Where? Stanley died and went to stim heaven. Oh, they all turned back on. What do I do here now, though? Is this just all there is in heaven? Looks a bit like Inside Out. It does, doesn't it? What do I do now? What am I supposed to do here? I do like the sounds that the buttons make. Do I have to, like, actually quit to get the game to go back to normal? Are my buttons staying off? Nope, they're turning back on. This is a perfect time to call it for the night. We made it to heaven, everybody! We did it! We did it! The sequel is now paused. Let's quit to the menu. Is this all there is after death? Colorful, funny buttons? Honestly, maybe. I'm kind of nervous about leaving, though. But I guess now is as good a time as any to call it and quit to the desktop and go back to just chatting. Because my throat hurts. I should probably take a quick break. Stanley Parable! What do we think? I think it's very interesting. I think... Oh my gosh. It is a very interesting game. I am enjoying it quite a bit. The only reason I'm stopping for the night is because my throat hurts so much. I think I need to do some vocal rest tonight. But in the meantime, thank you everybody for stopping by my stream. I really appreciate everybody that stopped by today. It's a qualified classic in the walking sim exploration genre, and I can see why. I had a great time. My thing that I was going to say, I will spread your channel. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it, Trio. Yeah, that's... Sorry, I'm tired. I'm a bit eepy. I meant to take a nap before stream today, and that just did not happen, so... Instead, I had a bowl of soup. I made a bowl of soup and I ate it, which helped, but was not exactly what I was hoping for. It didn't give me the energy I was hoping for. In the meantime, why don't we find somebody to raid tonight? Ooh, let's go to my not my channel. Who do we want to raid? Oh, this is in Japanese. Let's not do that tonight. I usually would, but... I don't know. Do we have anybody to raid tonight? We might just call it a night here instead and go our separate ways for the evening and relax and stuff like that. I will say Friday I'm not going to stream because I have a convention that I have to go to. I'm not doing anything special there. I'm just gonna go to the artist alley and get all the cute stuff that I can find. And maybe go to the game area too. I'm very excited. I will not say which convention I'm going to, but I am so excited. In the meantime, I will see you all next time. Remember, everybody, that you are loved and cared for, and if nobody is in your corner rooting for you, I am in your walls. and I'm rooting for you. So, yeah, but I'll talk to y'all tomorrow with, what are we gonna play tomorrow? What are we playing tomorrow? Zenless Zone Zero. Ooh, that'll be fun. That'll be very fun. Have a great night. I'm glad I found your stream today. I'm glad everybody managed to stop by. I really appreciated it. I hope you all tune into the next one. But until then, I will see you next time for Zenless Zone Zero. Bye-bye, everybody. Night-night.